Welcome to another edition of Mostly Metal. Today's going to be a collection update. I'm going to fly through some stuff. I apologize for just kind of not rambling about this, but it's been a minute since I made a video, and I want to get through a lot of stuff that's stacking up on my desk here. First up, we have Leaving Meaning from Swans. Probably first I should tell you what's in the background. I'm not going to give a review on this yet because I'm still listening to it. Schammasch, Hearts of No Light. On Prosthetic Records, getting a lot of hype on this album. I'm not hearing it yet. I got the golden red splatter edition. I bought it blindly, which I try not to do, but I did. I don't hate it yet. Don't love it. It's playing in the background. Nothing's, good songs. Nothing great. Nothing I haven't heard before. So. But maybe some of these things will start to sink in shortly. So back to Swans, Leaving Meaning. I talked about this one before. And if you don't know, Young Gods, is it Young Gods? Yeah, Young Gods Records is the label for Michael Gira. I mean, he signs everything. He's the leader of Swans too. Some innards here. He signs all of his stuff. I don't know if you have to request it or pre-order it. The only thing I don't like about Swan stuff is you get to insert like this, which I'm not. These are the lyrics to the songs. How the fuck am I supposed to? I don't know. I'd love to. Some of the lyrics are real deep, and it's hard to follow along when the lyrics are like that. And their lyrics are easy to understand, so it's not a huge deal. It's just a little pet peeve of mine. So if Michael Gira ever sees this, do something about your inlays. But great, that's double CD. I don't remember why it's 2 discs, but I think it's 10. So some of these songs are super long, so that's probably why you can only fit so much music on a CD. Sacred Reich, Awakening. A return to thrash metal from the 90s, 80s, 90s. Inside here, they're still good. Again, here's the lyrics are easy to follow along, and they're all chunked out. I like Sacred Reich a ton in the 90s. I think I've talked about them on another video. Surf Nicaragua, The American Way, thrash metal classics. Even when they released Independent, they started to lose me a little bit. Still some good songs on that album, but check out Sacred Reich. Next up, this one caught me by surprise. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Infest the Wrath's Nest. I never really pay much attention to these guys. I think I heard one album and I wasn't very impressed, and someone told me, well, hey, just so you know, their albums are different. Every album's different. Sometimes they go this way, sometimes they go that way. This is kind of a thrash metal, if you want to call it that. Not thrash like Sacred Reich, but thrash elements, I'll say. A lot of songs about planets. Planet B, Mars for the Rich, Venetian 1 and 2. A lot of the lyrics seem to hint at there's talk in the news about all these rich people going to Mars, and there's some conspiracy theories out there about all the rich folks are going to Mars and they're going to leave us poor folks down here on Earth as Earth rots away or whatever, which is kind of far-fetched, but you never know. So, just some cool lyrics inside, Plain Black and Red. Super fun album to listen to. I've listened to this album countless times this year. We'll listen to it countless times more in the years to come. Love this album. A lot of fun. If you've never checked the band out before, I'll put a link below. I think some of you metalheads will appreciate this album quite a bit. Next up, we have the latest from Baroness. This is Golden Grey. This is their first album with a new guitarist, Gina. Apologize, I can't remember her name. She adds a nice new dynamic to Baroness with her female vocals. I've read, if you don't know Baroness, they've been around for a while. A lot of their albums up to date. They've had red, blue, green and yellow, purple, Golden Gray. Now, I think this might be the last album that references colors, based on what I've read about it. The songs on this are some of the best Baroness albums. Here's some of the innards. Very cool artwork. If you don't know John Baisley, the leader of this band, or lead singer, guitarist, etc., does a lot of great artwork. He I believe he does all their artwork. He does artwork for other bands too. Just a lot of attention to detail in this. The songs on this are great. The instrumentals are great, but the production on the CD sounds like complete dog shit. And from a band that, if you've ever watched videos of these guys, they're very anal about their pedals, their songwriting process, super detailed. And then to put out an album that when you turn it up, it sounds worse. It's super compressed. I don't know if you remember the when Metallica put out their I don't remember the name of it, but had the coffin on the front. The more you turn it up, the worse it sounded. And when I listen to music, I tend, especially metal, I want to crank it up pretty good. The more I turn this up, it sounds terrible. Now, when I listen to it on other formats, even on streaming services, it sounds a lot better. So I don't recommend the CD version of this. I haven't heard the vinyl, but my God, it's just maddening, because you can hear the greatness in the songs there, and you want to get into it, and you can't because everything's so muffled. This is an album I'm not going to talk much about. I love this album. This is an R&B, rap, whatever you want to call it, album. I had it at one time. I don't know what the fuck happened to it. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I think it's called, from Kanye West. I know people hate Kanye West, especially now. This was Kanye when he was still all fucked up. But this is him at his best. Great classic album. This one, The Principle of Evil Made Flesh, Cradle of Filth. I found this for next to nothing. This is one of the originals on Cacophonous Records. This is when Cradle of Filth were at their best, in my opinion. Danny Filth's vocals were just the screeching. He could go from a low scream to a high pitched scream to a low guttural type growl from even within the same song. I know they looked a little cheesy in these album covers with women biting each other, whatever. Trying to be real evil here, but I love this album. I think it's an EP. No, it's an album. It's some of the songs are instrumentals, but overall, one of the greatest Cradle of Filth albums out there. Next up, an album I've had in my possession for a while, and I've been digesting it because I just ripped it. I'm a huge fan of this guy. But this is Tyler Childers. There's a new one. I can't remember the name of it. Country Squire, of course. He's out on tour, or getting ready to go out on tour with Sturgill Simpson, opening for Sturgill Simpson. Lots of trippy, acid-type art here you can see. There's only 8 songs on this. All urine, not urine, but Y-O-U-R-N. Ever Loving Hand, kind of a funny song about being on the road, being away from your wife. You can kind of see where Ever Loving Hand comes in. House Fire, I think, is the best song on here. Country Squire is pretty good. Bus Route's been getting a lot of play lately. This is nowhere near as good, and I'm just going to show you the inside here. There are a lot of the lyrics here, and then some trippy artwork. I like Tyler Childers. Purgatory was his album before this one, was a lot better than this. Sturgill Simpson produced this and Purgatory, by the way, so it kind of makes sense they're touring together. They're both from Kentucky. It's good. It's not Purgatory. It's not as great, but it's still solid country. Real country. This isn't the shit you hear on the radio. So, got a few more things to get through here. I talked in my last video about some old school rap. I'm still here. Rap that I found. and I'm going to talk about a couple more. Itching for a Scratch from 470s. This is from the movie Rappin'. Obviously, something from my youth that I enjoy quite a bit on Tommy Boy Records. It's just a catchy, stupid rap song. If you remember, scratching is what you do with the record. It's just one of those things I found in the store and thought, hey, relive the youth a little bit. Same for this one, Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew. This has The Show on one side and Lottie Dottie. If you remember a while back, I believe Snoop Doggy Dogg did a cover of it. It's terrible. But I remember I actually had this exact record when I was probably in junior high school. Not this exact record, but I remember Reality Records, and I remember the silver label, and it was just kind of like a blast from the past, so I picked it up. Wasn't very expensive, so kind of cool. A couple more here I picked up. This is Curveball NXS Kick. This has New Sensation, Devil Inside, Need You Tonight, Never Tear Us Apart. What more do you need to know there? These are all classic pop songs. Still had the original. This is the original press, so it had the original lyric sheet on the inside. Not a metal album, so to speak, obviously, but I've always respected at least this album in general. It's gatefold, nothing really cool to see there. Cheesy, I know, but this is an album I can put on and just listen to in the background. It's got some catchy songs on it. It's just a fun classic pop record. I'm sure it still sells to this day. This is an original press, like I said, so I was happy to add that to my collection. Another original press, Defenders of the Faith, Judas Priest. This even has the hype sticker still on it. Some Heads Are Gonna Roll, Free World Burning, and was it Heavy Duty? I don't remember Heavy Duty being a popular song, but I could be wrong. This still has some of the original shrink wrap on it too, which is pretty cool and hard to find. And it has the original insert. I don't know why. I mean, these three were obviously the heart of Judas Priest, and then you got who was it? Dave Holland, Ian Hill. They're kind of up here. They got a little square, and then Rob Halford, his guys, you know, KK and whatever. They've got their own big ass picture rocking out on the insert, inner sleeve. I mean, the song that I love on this is "Rock Hard Ride Free." I've been singing it a lot lately. I'm not sure why that never became a hit, because it's extremely catchy. It's straight up Judas Priest rock and roll. Free Will Burning, of course, was a great song, but this is a great album from start to finish. Highly recommend you picking this up. It's been remastered and reissued I don't know how many times. This came out in '84. When it came out, I was 11 years old. I had no idea who Judas Priest was. So I wasn't hip to this album when it came out, and I'm happy to say I'm getting back on the Judas Priest train, so to speak. Last but not least, we have an album I ordered on pre-order, and it came with it came with some goodies. An album I like, I don't love. A lot of people love this. Damon, the new Mayhem, the latest Mayhem, I should say. This was on smoke-colored vinyl. This is a return to form for Mayhem. It is better than a lot of the vinyl. A lot of their the output they produced in the last 5-10 years. But it feels it's like a paint by numbers Mayhem album. A lot of people this year have been saying how great this is. What's it got? 10 songs on it. I think Falsified and Hated is great. Invoke the Oath is great. And there's maybe 2 more on here I like. But overall, I'm going to keep it in my collection. Not going to get rid of it. And maybe it'll grow on me over time. But for some reason, the package that I ordered, I haven't opened it yet, but it came with a Mayhem hoodie, which I have here. And then it came with a CD version. And it came with a media book version, which has the special booklet on the inside. It also comes with a couple bonus songs. It has Everlasting Dying Flame and Black Glass Communion. I haven't done research on those songs to see if they're covers, if they're just B-sides they decided to put with this package. So when you pre-ordered it, you got all of this with it. Why you need 3 different versions of the same album, that was my bad. I kind of wanted the vinyl. I should have just stuck with the black vinyl. The inside's cool. It's kind of a collectible thing. A lot of metalheads, as you know, are collectors at heart, so I get it. That's probably why I ordered it this way, but I don't really need the CD and the media. I mean, give me this version and the vinyl, and we're good to go. I didn't need the CD version and the media version, but hey, I'm not going to argue with, who was it? Century Media, yeah. Also, the inside, I'll show you real quick. The inside of the album came with a booklet, huge booklet with the creepy demon on the front, Mayhem on the back. They're touring right now, or they're going to be touring. I thought the lineup looked pretty good. I think Abath is touring with them, and I think maybe Gate Creeper or something like that, which I've talked about Gate Creeper in other videos. The inside's really, really cool. Lots of great art. So kudos to Attila and Hellhammer and Necro Butcher for going back and giving the fans what they want. I'm not going to put this in my top albums of the year just yet, but I may give it a couple more spins. But other than that, that's all I've got this time. Next video, I'm going to do another Desert Island album. I was downstairs in my basement and I saw a DVD that I hadn't looked at yet, watched yet, and I saw the band and I thought, oh my God, I need to go get their album. And burn it, put it in the car, put it on my portable music player or whatnot. So hopefully you guys know who it is when I start talking about it. You should, if you're a metal fan, if you're a grind fan, if you're a doom fan. These guys put it all together in one great album that I think is highly overlooked. I didn't hear a lot of hype about the album when it came out, and some folks have referenced it in the recent years, but it deserves a lot more hype. It needs to be reissued if it hasn't been yet on any format you can think of. So I am going to talk about the next video, so stay tuned, guys. Hopefully I've piqued your interest in who this is, and catch you next time.